Anthropologists. Okay, so for you guys, it's a little hard for me today not being there to help you with some of this. You're going to have to listen up. The only way you're really going to be able to move forward with this is knowing where your explorer group made landfall in the new world, excuse me. If you can remember this from your group, then you're off and you can get started, and we'll talk about that. If you can't remember where your group made landfall, or you are a part of a group that never made it to the new world, your bodies are out there in the ocean somewhere, um, then you're going to have to wait till I get back on this one, okay? Your job then is to just make sure that your journal has been updated with additions that you've made, okay? I can help people try to remember where they were looking at the map you guys have from your group. Okay, if you do remember where you made landfall, a certain island, whether it was the United States or, like I said, an island in the Caribbean, um, then you can get started. Now, here's what you need to do. So, for example, if you, if I said you landed in modern day North Carolina, then what you need to start doing is this. It's time for you to start doing a little research. You are going to be clearly working for the United States Department of the Interior. I can tell you that. You can find out who the Secretary of the Interior is. That's your boss. And we can find out some of the more real people that are a part of this historical fiction. Then you need to look at and try to find out who were the indigenous or Native American tribes that were located along the the coast of what we now call modern day North Carolina. So you have to open up to a Google or internet browser, use Google, and start to look up who are the modern tribes, who are the tribes, indigenous tribes that were historically in that area. Okay, now you need to find out something about them. Are they still around? What was their culture like? What can you learn about them? Also, you need to see if you can learn about what happened to them when they made contact with European explorers, when Europeans began to go in their area in greater numbers. So you really want to get a lot of good details here. You're going to want to either take notes online or on several sheets of loose leaf paper, but you want to begin to start looking at the story of who was there and how they were affected by the real European explorers or people that came there. We also would include your group if they somehow got in contact with these people too, whether it was friendly or ended badly. Okay? So that's your main job right now, is to do some research, find out, see if you remember where you were, like if you were in Cuba. All right? Okay, now you got to find out what part of the government of Cuba deals with native people. Do they have a Department of the Interior? What do they call it? Is there a cultural minister? You got to find these things out. We got to find out the real people because you're working for them. Then you also need to begin trying to research and finding out who lived, what original people lived in that part of Cuba, Eastern Cuba, whatever it might be, anywhere in Cuba that you might have come in contact with people. Okay? So that's your, and then learn about them. Learn about their culture. What were things they did, they liked, traditions, and so on, even if the people aren't around anymore. See what you can find out and what you can share with me on Wednesday. It can't just be, unless you don't know where you were, it can't just be I couldn't find anything. We need to start being able to use the internet to find out specific and detailed information on things we're going to be writing about. Okay, and I'll help you on Wednesday if you really are struggling. You'll be the first group I meet with on Wednesday. Okay, all right, come ready. Good luck.